Hello G.I. Joe fans and welcome back to Too Many Topics. It's been quite a while here, but we are back with another G.I. Joe Classified Series figure review here because I want to do more of these on the channel. I haven't gotten a Classified Series figure in a good amount of time. It's been since the summer since I've gotten one, but this one arrived a couple of weeks ago and I just have not opened it, or at least I've opened it from the Hasbro box, but I haven't opened it from the Hasbro box, I guess, the other Hasbro box. So this is one of two convention exclusives that were released for the G.I. Joe Classified Series figure line in 2022 here. I did pre-order this during July of 2022 when SDCC was a thing, because this is like technically the SDCC exclusive. And then Serpentor is a thing that existed as well. He went up during Hasbro PulseCon and I did not get him, which was a big mistake of mine. Until they put him back up for pre-order during the Hasbro Pulse 1027 event, and I came to my senses and realized, oh, Serpentor looks amazing, way even better than this guy does. So I ended up going ahead and pre-ordering him, but I got in the May batch for him. So there's going to be a lot more Classified Series figure reviews here on the channel in a minute, at least like 2 big videos. I'm going to do a video for him on his own, which you've already clicked on this, and if you're watching it, you already know what this is going to be. But I've already gotten other figures in, like the Crimson Guard, and I think I'm getting some for Christmas and stuff like that. So I'll probably do kind of a big video there. But this is the first time that I've ever gotten a G.I. Joe exclusive or convention exclusive figure. So I'm pretty excited to open this one here. So taking a look at the top here, we have number 43. So I'm not exactly sure where that relates to all the ones that I have, but I know one of the ones I have here is the Cobra Viper from the the Python Patrol. So that's number 42. So that comes right after that. I know Serpentor, I think, is like 40. Is he 47 or something like that? I don't exactly remember 100%. As you can see here, I like how, even though it's convention exclusive packaging, it still kind of fits in with like the whole motifs here. You have the Cobra symbols and everything. You have 43 down there. It's obviously significantly different, but it is, at least, even though you can't see it on here at all, it is, oh, maybe I can kind of show it. It is the same height as the other ones, which I think is very, very welcome just for the shelf and everything like that. So even though he is a convention exclusive, so he has that very special packaging to it, I can very much appreciate that. And then on the back here, the kind of sleeve just continues the artwork, but it's the same kind of artwork with or without this little sleeve. So I do like this. I feel like this is going to be definitely pretty prone to kind of getting beat up, but you do have this really gorgeous artwork back here. Now, I don't know if if you watched my other G.I. Joe video on the channel, because I think I've only done like one. I know like next to nothing about this brand. However, the G.I. Joe Classified figure line is just so impressive that like it was impressive enough for me to back the H.I.S.S tank. I have never backed any other HasLab since then or before that. So that is, I just think that this figure line looks amazing. So I don't know what's going on here, but Mindbender's in here like in nearly every single piece of this artwork, which is really, really cool. Like that quite a bit. So we have the giant kind of Cobra symbol there, and then we'll open him up, and look at that. That's pretty sweet. Wow, he comes with a lot. That's pretty cool. So you have like accessories and stuff in there. You got some guns. This is just a nice display piece, even if you don't want to actually take him out of the box. That's pretty freaking cool. I like that quite a bit. You got some more accessories over there, some other guns, and some sort of, is that like some kind of like alarm system thing or something like that. And then there he is inside. You can touch the figure and everything if you wanted to. I'm not sure exactly how you carefully open this. I guess you can kind of cut the tape and stuff on there. Honestly, that looks pretty cool on its own. You have some like more guns, and like you have a brain there, a severed hand, looks like some kind of skull, like a broken skull. He does have some soft goods, I believe, on his cape, so that's really, really nice. But yeah, that's pretty nice. So this was like $45, I think, and then Serpentor was like 80 or 90 or something, because you get the whole Sky Cherry with that. So that's Serpentor. I think also just has a cooler design, so he definitely wins out in the convention exclusives. But I definitely want to make sure that I at least get convention exclusives when they first go up, because while I would like to one day get every one of the figures on the Classified series, I'm not like as hell-bent about getting the mainline releases as they come out, because I need to focus on other things for my main channel. And so, but like things like this, like if I can factor it into the budget to get convention exclusives or like the H.I.S. tank, it will be better. It'll be more beneficial in the long run to do so when it's easier. So that's why I got Mindbender now, and that's why I went ahead and pre-ordered Serpentor. But yeah, Mindbender is pretty cool here for this release. Like I said, I almost don't even want to open it. This is pretty cool. So maybe I won't. I don't know. This probably won't make for the best video if I don't open them up, but There he is in his packaging, but I guess we probably should open him up. Alright, so here is Dr. Mindbender out of the box with all of his accessories. And this guy is pretty cool. So I really like what we have here for all the kind of scientific, medical kind of things that he has. And I think it's really neat. I think it definitely makes it worth sort of that deluxe price point. But also just the look of this guy. Like, I love the soft goods cape here. He's just such a fun design. He kind of looks like some kind of weird, like, mad scientist with all the accessories mixed with, like, a wrestler dude, kind of. I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. I have no attachment to the original G.I. Joe characters whatsoever. Classified is my first and only exposure to this brand, so I know nothing about the classic characters, but these designs are cool enough, these figures are good enough for me to keep buying them. Because, like, just look at this. I love the monocle he's got going on and the mustache, and the soft goods is really nice. Like, I like this kind of, it almost looks like some kind of, like, Neo Matrix cloak or something. It's a kind of, not really leather, but, like, kind of that sort of design with that. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, I don't think you could take it off or anything like that. I don't think you would really want to, but see, I collect with Power Rangers Lightning Collection. We sometimes get capes, but they're always like very rubbery, just stiff plastic. So I really like when Hasbro uses soft goods. They need to do it a lot more often. It just really adds a lot. But like, I love this. I love the purple designs on his like cuffs there, and I like the little purple bands and the pants. Really good. Really, really good figure. And like, since the cape is soft goods, it really doesn't limit the articulation. You get a little bit of a limit because of the kind of, not really, I was going to say like suspenders he's wearing or whatever this is supposed to be. But you still do get a little bit of that articulation. You're not really going to get a lot of it there. But of course, like the arms and stuff like that, there's nothing in the way prohibiting that. His head does feel a little loose compared to a lot of other kind of Hasbro 6-inch figures. It's not really a bad thing. It can still move very nicely, but he's just a fun guy. I think he's really cool. I would not be surprised if he gets a regular release outside of this deluxe version. I'm not sure exactly how popular of a character this dude is. I don't know if he was like only a character that would make sense as a deluxe, or maybe he could come out with a lot of these other accessories not included or something like that. But of course, in classic G.I. Joe Classified Series fare, we have a lot of accessories here, and of course, being a convention exclusive, that is another reason why. But he gets this kind of, all of his guns are like some kind of weird, like modified guns, kind of, you know, supposed to speak to his sort of mad scientist kind of thing. So I really do like how this one turned out. It's like this weird kind of rifle thing mixed with like whatever this is supposed to be. Now I do believe you can connect this hose to it. I think it's just the same ends either way on this hose. And so I think you can connect it there, and if you wanted to, you can connect this kind of barrel piece. Maybe it's supposed to be some kind of like flamethrower piece or something. So you can connect at the end there. Yeah, I think you can also, if you wanted to, peg it in the other way. You can connect it in that way as well. So that is pretty cool. I don't think there's like any way for him to like attach this onto him anywhere. I think you just kind of have to hold the hose and the gun. We still get this really cool thing. You do get an effect piece hole there in the front, but you do get no effect pieces, which is kind of strange. I really hope that Hasbro can release some kind of ammo pack for G.I. Joe, because I would love to get stuff for like my H.I.S.S tank and everything like that. You can also plug the hose into the other gun that he comes with, just like that, which also has an effect piece little gap there. And it's a little bit more different. This one kind of looks a little bit more kind of like a flamethrower kind of thing to me. So I think that is definitely pretty neat. And then for regular guns, he just kind of has, this looks like some kind of like it's going to shoot some kind of like vial or something like that to me. So that's kind of neat. I don't know if you can really clip in the hose there. I mean, not really. I don't really know why you would. And you just kind of get this regular little pistol with him as well, which I do believe, I think you might be able to use either one of these in the holster. Actually, probably not. It's probably just for this one. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. So, you know, typically G.I. Joe figures have a lot of really good storage for all their weapons. Dr. Mindbender here is kind of an exception there. He doesn't really have that, but he doesn't really necessarily need that. And now that holster's kind of in there pretty good. There we go. So you do have that there, and you know, you just kind of have all these other accessories sort of just sitting off to the side, which is perfectly fine. But then, of course, you have his weapons like we already took a look at, but now you have some really cool, like, science-y, weird, corpsey things, which are really neat. So you do get, I guess we'll start with the little skull. So you do get this really cool, like, bandaged up skull. It's blocking the eyes out. It's got this giant, oop, there it goes. It has this giant hole in the top, which the top, as you can see, can be removed. It doesn't like to stay on all that well, in my opinion. It kind of just rests in there with friction, and it likes to pop off pretty easily, but you do have this giant gaping hole in there. And the reasoning, because of that, is that you get this tiny little detached brain, which I think is sculpted really, really cool. And what's awesome about it is that you have two different options for this brain. Well, three different options. You can just have the brain kind of out on its own, have Dr. Mindbender hold it, or you can peg it inside of the skull and then close it up, and then you can actually have a brain inside of that head, which is really, really neat. Or alternatively, the third thing you can do is take the brain, and you get these little, like, they almost look like some kind of weird, like, sirens to me, but they're supposed to be, I guess, like some kind of, like, experimental jar or display jar thing. You can take the little cap off, and you can plug the brain inside of there, and then close it up as some kind of weird, like, floating in gel or some kind of experiment or something, which is just really, really awesome. And you get the same thing with this one. You get a larger one. You can still plug it into there as well. It's just you get the tinier one as well. But this one is mainly meant for this detached hand that he has. This kind of zombified hand, which I think also looks really neat. And that one can just peg in right there and be closed up in there as well. It just looks really cool. I like that quite a bit. Now he does have one other accessory which, gotta admit, I'm not a huge fan of because these are gonna get lost. I put them in this tiny little bag. They did not come in this bag, but they're gonna get lost if I don't do this. But you get these 4 little like vials, which I think is what they're supposed to be, or they're kind of like bolts, kind of like on the side of like a Frankenstein or something like bolt. And please don't drop this. They're so tiny. You get this tiny little paint application there. I think the only purpose they really can serve is, I believe, yeah, you can clip them into the side of the smaller display valve, but I'm so terrified of losing these that I'm just going to put them in this tiny little bag and never use them again. So, because I just don't want them to fall into oblivion, because that is what this would do. So you do get 4 of them in the set. We'll close that little baggie up, but like I definitely could do without that. They're just so tiny, and I definitely feel like they're going to be prone to losing them. But yeah, he gets a lot of really cool things here. And Dr. Mindbender, I think, is definitely worth his deluxe price point with just some of these cool accessories and molding and everything on here. And soft good capes, like I said. Serpentor has it too. Both the characters this year with the like exclusive deluxe convention versions had soft goods, and that is always a plus. Alright, and with that is going to do it for my little video review and unboxing of the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 43, Dr. Mindbender convention exclusive figure. This guy's really, really cool. You know, out of the two, like I said earlier in this video, Serpentor is just absolutely gonna like blow this guy out of the water with his Sky Chariot. However, the accessories here with this guy are really cool. He is a little expensive, with him being like $45 when he was just regularly released at Pulse, but now he's going to be even more because he was a convention exclusive and everything like that. But it's just another great addition for my G.I. Joe Classified series, and even though it's a character I know nothing about and have no attachments to, I like the design, I like the accessories, I like the figure, and I can highly recommend tracking it down for your G.I. Joe collection. So until next time, be sure to follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR, and check out other G.I. Joe Classified Series figure videos on the channel here. And also let me know down in the comments below, do you have Dr. Mindbender? What is this guy's deal? What is the deal with Mindbender? I know nothing about him, so if you guys want to educate me about him in the description below or in the comments below, I would always appreciate that. And, you know, if you just want to talk about anything G.I. Joe Classified Series, also leave a comment down below, and I will see you all later.